I swear to God, and I'm not joking, $250 for SmackDown. I swear, I'm not kidding you. I would have to really think about this is a shoot
of who you would pay that much money to see.
No, what they would have to pay me to get out of my house and go watch a SmackDown or a Raw. That's a shoot. I don't think I wouldn't do it for $100. I can tell you that right now.
Last one I saw, I was on. That was when me and Cena, Rico and Lesnar did the dark match before Raw opened, and I shared a locker room with The Rock and Billy Gunn that night. That was the last time I set foot in a WWE show. And that was 2001, maybe.
Yeah.
Cena hadn't been called up yet, so whenever that was, you might remember the date. Hell, I think you were there.
Now, I've also twice I've paid $250 to see Guns N' Roses in the last 2 years. So,
well, I mean, see, I get that a little bit. Like, I think the most I ever paid for a concert ticket, I think I might have paid like $125 to see like Rihanna, and I bought 2 tickets for me and my daughter. I mean, I get a concert, like I get that, but I mean, bro, a wrestling show.
I got a cutoff line of me personally reaching in my pocket and paying $75. You don't see much for $75 these days.
Yeah.
But the attorney's office that Maya worked at hooked us up with lower level seats for Chicago and Earth, Wind, and Fire together.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince, I'm going to be honest with you, I sat there and I cried most of the night hearing all those old songs live. And you probably know a lot of Earth, Wind, and Fire in Chicago yourself, I bet. And
I've seen Chicago in concert many times.
Really, that was the first time I'd ever seen them. I'd seen Earth, Wind, and Fire 3 or 4 times, but I'd never seen Chicago. And there's nothing better than watching those 2 horn sections together. And both
there's a great you got Netflix, right, Kenny?
Oh yeah.
There's a great Chicago documentary on Netflix.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, tremendous. And it's long, bro. It's like 3 hours, bro.
Really? I'll watch every minute of it.
Very good. Very, very good, bro.
I bet it goes back to the Chicago Transit Authority.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Suicide back, because I remember hearing about that in like 74.
Yeah.
I just had gotten into Chicago maybe around 72.
Yeah.
And feeling, so you know, Feeling Stronger Every Day is the first 45 I ever bought.
Wow.
And I played it so much I wore it gray. He knows where they're at. That's scary. All my albums got stolen.
Can you see this?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Nice.
Now you know about Terry Kath, right?
Yeah, he's the one that committed suicide, right?
Yeah, and I mean the story they tell on Netflix. I mean, bro, it's a great freaking documentary, bro. Great. This freaking guy was so talented, bro. Unbelievable. This album is unbelievable.
I'm also a huge fan of Peter Cetera, and he got a little.
Yeah, bro. They tell they tell the whole Peter Cetera story. Him leaving the. I mean, it's a great, bro. If you're a Chicago fan, you'll love this thing.
Probably the only actual band. I was a big Casey and the Sunshine Band fan, and believe it or not, they're still performing and actually selling some tickets. Casey and the Sunshine Band, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Chicago. That were my 3 when I was a kid, as far as bands go.
Yeah,
and Earth, Wind, and Fire they haven't missed a lick, man. Philip Bailey, we're hearing the high notes he's doing at this concert. Oh my God, Philip Bailey has not lost an octave since the 70s. And the funny thing about it was, I heard there was a kind of a documentary done on Earth, Wind, and Fire to where they were interviewing Maurice White, the lead singer. How much about Earth, Wind, and Fire do you know?
I mean, I know everybody you're talking about.
Okay, and Verdine White, the bass player, which was Maurice's brother. Well, they're interviewing Maurice, and they said, well, how did Philip Bailey come to be? They said, I sang all the man parts, but we needed somebody to sing the girl parts. And we heard Philip try out for the band, and we all looked at each other and said, he's perfect for the girl parts. So Philip sings the girl notes and I sing the man notes.
Yeah.
And that's how Philip Bailey came to be. And he's been with the band since like 2 years after they existed.
When I was working for TNA, I'm sure you know the name. I was riding with this young kid, kind of took him on my wing, Matt Conway. And Matt Conway, he got married, and his wife's uncle was James Pankow from Chicago.
Wow. Now, which one is Pankow? Help me out.
Pankow's the little one that wears the pants that are 10 times too tight for him, bro. And he plays the trombone like a lunatic, bro.
He wears the sleeveless shirts all the time.
Always wears the sleeveless shirt and the tight pants. And he's pushing 70, bro, and he's still wearing the tight pants.
It's still got the guns.
Yeah.
I saw him at the last concert, man. He looks good. And who's the guy? What's the guy's name that packs the keyboard and plays it in front of him?
Terry Kath.
Terry Kath. See, I should know these things, but my memory's terrible. He's like you, man. He ain't aged a damn day.
Yeah, and can still sing.
And his hair, oh, absolutely. And his hair is of a color that really, I don't think we're going to tell if he ages or not.
You know what bums me out about bands like that though, Kenny? Like a lot of bands, and a lot of times, like, if they replace a lead singer or something, like all of a sudden they become the fake band. Like, there's fake Journey now, there's fake Styx now. I don't call Chicago fake because there's enough original players still in the band. But bro, it's like, bro, can you guys like not get along to do one last tour with Peter Cetera? Like, come on, guys. Like, same thing with Journey and Steve Perry. Styx and Dennis DeYoung.
Van Halen. We had the thing with
you guys. Not. I mean, come on, bro. You can't get together for 6 months together on the road. Come on.
Same with Kiss as well. I mean, they just,
Well, we know Vince is an expert on Kiss, and I think the first time you got on the show, Spider, you kissed up. Pun intended, and wore a Kiss shirt on the show to win Vince's affection.
It did work. What do you think of Vinnie Vincent? Vinnie Vincent. You a fan of him? His work?
Yeah, no, bro. I tell people this all the time, and they think I'm nuts. My favorite Kiss album was "Lick It Up." That was the only album.
Mine too.
Yeah, that was the only album he played on, bro. Yeah. So I mean, I think highly of the guy.
And when you guys, well, not you guys, but Vince, when you were into Kiss, probably at your biggest. I was in the Casey and the Sunshine Band, the polar opposite, and they would battle to see who was in the top 5 at 5 on Wacky Radio here in Louisville with disc jockey Cowdy Calhoun. And I hated Kiss with a passion because if Love Gun was number 1 over I'm Your Boogeyman, it just pissed me the hell off. I couldn't stand it.
That's funny.
Just blew me up.
What's that? What's the lead singer's name again? KC. What's his name?
Harry Wayne Casey from Hialeah.
And he's still doing it too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And he moves a little slower. But so do many of the members of Earth, Wind, and Fire, because I go back and watch the 70s concerts that I was at, and I watch the current concerts. Everybody's slowing it down a notch, but everybody sounds great and plays great.
Yeah.
Saturday night, you would have never thought Steven Tyler was 70 years old. He was.
Oh my God!
He was killing it. He's 70. He was killing it. I mean, he was all over the stage.
I've heard him just messing around on American Idol, and he still knocks it out of the park. And I wasn't really just a big. What was the band they were with?
It's Aerosmith.
Aerosmith. I wasn't a big Aerosmith fan, but yeah, I got to hand it to him, man. He knocks it out of the park. And look at Mick Jagger. How old's he? He's well into his 70s.
He's older than Steven, so.